Uh, I'm going to put some links in the YouTube and Let's Go Help. And there are two videos, two reports that are free. One is the Let's Go 500. So if you go to tinyurl.com and then slash Let's Go 500. Okay, download free. That's tiny, TINY, url.com slash let's go 500 and tiny tiny url.com slash 25 grant opportunities. OPPORTUNITIES. 25 grant opportunities. Okay, so I got them there in YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube, go to the description and you'll see the two reports. Now the download reports are really, you got everything there. You don't need to give me money for anything. It's all right there for you to start learning how to use the government. My mission is really trying to show more and more people in the country how great this country is, but we don't know because they don't talk about it. And the only time they talk about the government and nonprofit organizations is something bad. Okay, so if all you hear is something bad about what the government is, then you're going to stay away from it. Oh, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to be involved in that. But truthfully, I think you want to, because the rich people do. The government gives out 40% of everything in our economy is given out for free by the government, but it's not Google. See, and that's the problem. And so the average person has no idea what to do. They try a little bit and it doesn't work, and then they give up. You can't do that because this is serious money. It's like $18,000 for every adult every year, and it grows, and it's going to grow in Trump and the next person, whatever. It keeps growing. But what happens is that the elite find out about it and they use it, but it's for everybody. And I think the people who don't have time, they're working every day and trying to make ends meet, and it's a fire drill in their life every day. And I'm trying to get them to stop a little bit and find out this help that's available, because it really can change your life. These programs are there. Okay, so download those two reports. Did I get? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Hi, Sean. I get funding for a Hoyer lift for my daughter who has a. Oh, is that something, medical device? Now paralyzed from the waist down. The mother needs help. Yes, Sean, look at our left-hand side over there. You want to look at Unlock Your Goals. And in the Help for Healthcare section for Unlock Your Goals, we have a section there that you see all the programs are available. And really, Sean, what you probably even want to start with, and this is in there, but if you go to Needy, N-E-E-D-Y, meds, meds.org, all the good stuff is .org or .gov. You go to needymeds.org and call the 800 number there, because they have a lot of programs that give money from nonprofit organizations for people suffering from illnesses, like your daughter has. So the kind of help is out there, but it takes work on your part. You have to call people and call people and call people. It's not going to be easy, okay? The other thing you want to do, Sean, is look at findhelp.org and then search, then put in your zip code, and then put in disability. because she has a disability, and now paralyzed. Yeah, so that she needs a lot of help. So look there and start getting on the phone. And this means some serious phone work. I mean, you're not going to make. You probably won't. You may get lucky and make one or two calls and get what you need. But it's probably going to take a dozen or more. And so you have to have the stamina to stay in there and make all those crazy calls, okay? And that's why, if you're watching me now on TikTok, here are the two reports. So if you want to write this in the chat for other people to do it, because I unfortunately don't know how to, on my little phone, I don't know how to put that in while I'm also broadcasting. But there's two free reports, okay? And one is called Tiny, Tiny, URL.com/ then Lesko 500. And the other one is tinyurl.com/25 grant opportunities, okay? So the grant opportunities is great stuff. I mean, it cuts right down to the bone. Things like here. There's a website that will solve 7 common personal financial problems using government grants. Okay, I lay it all out for you. You don't have to pay me money to do this. You just go to the link I have in this report. Here's another one. 27 million people have unclaimed grants that go back and finish college. This is unclaimed money that you could use to go back to finish college. Here's another one. $100,000 startup grants and 2 years of free rent to start a business. Now, a lot of these programs are only for certain areas, so you have to find out something like that in your area, and that's what you have to do is get on the phone. Here, 5 months of free pet food and $30,000 worth of Easter Bunny grants. Don't know what that is, but you get free pet food is important. Free car repair, I tell you about that a lot of times. College degree is no longer required for jobs that pay $100,000. Yep. With training, the proper training that the government gives you, you could get $100,000 a year now job without a college degree. And most of the times this training is paid for by the government. So that's what you have to know. How about $20,000 to train to get a great job in healthcare? Healthcare people need so many people, but you need some training, and you can get that training for free. I show you how to do that. How a small $1,000 personal grant to make a big change in someone's life. Yes, it can. Just think if somebody gave that. Okay, $800,000 to pay your property taxes. Now that's cool. Grant startups, they pay you a month's rent plus in other words, you could get $47 million to pay a month's rent and up to $75,000 of income. So you can be a rich kid and get grants. Don't worry about that. Make $20 an hour to train for a $100,000 a year job. Here, $1,500 to fix up your front porch. Make $91,000 in 18 months and a $2,000 rent deposit money. So you get money to pay rent and for a deposit. $15,000 for a home-based business, tax refund fast, criminal. If you have a criminal history, they'll give you up to $50,000 to start a business. This is all coming from. These are legitimate stuff. And if you don't believe me, download that. tinyurl.com/25 grant opportunities or tinyurl.com/Lesko 500. Okay, apply for $10,000 emergency grant, student debt forgiven, $10,000 grant by your first home. I mean, it goes. I mean, you never find them in Google. See, that's the thing. The thing that I fight is that people go to Google to get help. And you can't do that. You're not going to find it there. I mean, people don't realize how much love and money, really, it's love. It's people trying to help each other. I mean, that's how you show love, right? You help people do what they want to do. I learned that maybe in my 40s. I was trying to tell people how to live like I think they should live. And that doesn't go anywhere. I mean, if you love somebody, you help them do whatever they want to do. And that's what love is to me. Now, you may have separate situations or whatever, but we're all here to make each other's life a little better. Do I need a grant writer? You do not. You keep looking for the money. And you worry about that if it happens. I mean, it'll be just a slight chance, but don't worry about that. It's harder to find where to apply. That's what you have to do, is find out the best place to apply. The grant is easy. I mean, 90% of the grants for individuals is just 2 or 3 pages, fill in the blanks. So you won't need that. You have to find the right place, and that's what takes the effort, not writing out the application. To me, getting a grant writer now, before you even know where to apply, is sort of like getting a dress to go to the prom, and you don't even have an invitation to the prom yet. Why are you getting a dress now? You don't even have an invitation. Get an invitation first, and then then you worry about looking for the right prom dress, okay? I remember you in the night. Yes, commercials worked very well then. They don't now. Nothing in life that's worth getting isn't easy. Right. The good stuff is hard. And that's why I think what happens in our society, and I'm part of blame, is that I try to tell people it's easy because that's how you sell. If I say, well, you may get the money, you may not, it's going to take some effort, you know, you got maybe get a runaround and all that kind of stuff. No, yeah, I don't have time. That's right. Hey, how about $10,000 to, you know, fix up your roof and things like that, and things like, so it's tough because it's fighting through the noise. How do I cut through the noise to get your attention? And that's another reason why what we do is give you money back if you feel we ripped you off or something like that. No, we'll always give money back. And that's why if you join us, it's only $20. That's another thing. People who sell this kind of information charge you thousands. And people who even use my name will charge you hundreds. They use my name and image and stuff like that and say they're going to help you get a grant. Nobody can promise you a grant except the people giving out the money, you know, and that's who you have to find. And that's the hard part. You got to find out where those people are and contact them and see if you're eligible. And if you're not, then you have to ask them. See, the key is you ask the people who said no, where else you could go. And that's what you do. Jerry, hello, first time here, interesting. I'm looking into business grants. Do you know what's up with the SBA local assistance being done? Yeah, no, that's a bitch. They just did that a few days ago. By the way, it seems like there are great resources here. Well, thank you, Jerry. Let me show you what to do. I'm going to go to chat. And this is actually even better than what the SBA has, but I still like the SBA because it's a little easier to use. But if you go to chatgpt.com, and that's free, and here's what you do. It says, what's on your agenda today? So what you want to do is, let me see where you are. Jerry, what state are you in? And don't say the state of confusion. What state are you in, Jerry? Tennessee. Okay. So you go to ChatGPT, you put this, show me 50 non-profit organization and government offices that help people start or expand a business in Tennessee. Include websites. Okay, so I have show me 50 nonprofit organizations and government offices. That's the important thing. Because in our country, the only people that shows you love with free money and free expertise are nonprofits and government offices. That's why you don't find these in Google. Google is all about getting money from people, so they have to sell you something to be able to pay. Google is the richest company in the world, right? So they get money from you looking for, they get money from you. People have something to sell you. So they promise these salesmen that they could find people who need your help, but you're gonna pay for it. See, the people who give you help for free, they don't use Google because they don't have money to pay Google. So that's why you can't use Google if you want to show who really loves you. There's a guy on TV talk show, Kojak he was, who loves you, baby? Okay, so show me 50 nonprofit organizations and government offices that help people start or expand a business in Tennessee, include websites. And you just put the little arrow. See, actually what that's doing, you know how to code. I was a coder back in the 70s, I taught computer science and everything. And, but you had to learn a language. It was like learning French to go talk to people in France. But here you don't, you write English and you talk to people in English and they give it to you. Okay, 10 of these, pathway. So yeah, okay, I know all these people. They're legitimate people. Local chambers, yes, okay. Is it gonna give me 50? Oh, universities, yes. Right, oh, innovation hubs, I mean, this is all good stuff. Austin State, Penny, okay. Well, we got 40. Now I could give me 10 more. I'm gonna show you, give me 10 more and see what happens there. Is it gonna give me 10 more? Is it gonna give me 10 more? Without being duplicative? Okay, here's 10 more nonprofits, okay? Yes, okay. See, oh yeah, these are, I know these organizations. I've been doing this for 50 years. So I know this is good stuff. Economic inclusion and support disadvantaged businesses. Wow. See? Nonprofit organizations supporting entrepreneurs. Wow. Wow. Offers training, consulting, and resources to strengthen organizations. Entrepreneur Knoxville, community of entrepreneurs offering network and support for business owners. Yeah. Okay. We got way over 50 already. Okay, I'm gonna share that with you guys. So you could just copy that, and instead of putting Tennessee, you put in your state, or put in your city and state. Okay, there it is. 50 organizations to start or expand a business, and that's money. When I say help, you don't ask for money right off the bat. You ask these organizations to help you get what you need to start this business. That's what they're doing. You make appointments to talk to them. Yes, nice. I've been just trying to get the numbers, but that SBA link has been tough. It stopped. I don't know why. But what is in there is something called the Small Business Development Center. That's part of, SBA has that there, so you could go there. I may put an amendment there soon. Jerry, okay. Been trying to get to know, okay, good. Anybody else have a question? Okay, and remember that LESCO, if you're not a member, please go to tinyurl.com/LESCO500, tinyurl.com/LESCO500. That is a government grants Bible for your house. That shows you all the government grants, the 500 government grants that are in your state. And it's there for every state, so you could share it with other people and whatever. But this is a Bible to show you, to go here. Don't go to Google when you're looking for help in your state. You could go to this report, the Bible, the Grants Bible. You go there to look for help in your state, because okay, if you need help with bills and expenses and debt and things like that, it's all right there on the first item, who to contact and call, and you have to call. You call these people, ask them for help. You have to call people and ask for help. They can't read your mind, and it's too complicated out there. So you call them up and then get people to people with them. Act human. I mean, boy, I just was on the phone today with a couple of credit card companies and PayPal, and they're all robots, man. Talking to them, you might as well have an AI there, not the person. They're just reading a script and have nothing, no soul behind it. You want to talk to people in the government, nonprofit organizations, and show them you don't have to be professional. Professional is bad. I mean, be polite, but not professional, because that's not human. Professional is not human, and we want to help humans because we relate to humans. We don't relate to robots. So, Raymond, what do you need? Rayfield, what do you need? What are you after? You have a zip. Rayfield is 30248. And don't forget, look at the on the left-hand side of Let's Go Help, we have Unlock Your Dreams. So even if you're just a $1 member, get all of those products there. Unlock Your Dreams. Download them all, because you have there for all the important things that are going to happen in your life. You got in financial trouble. You want to start a business. You want to buy a house. During one of my original lives in a long time. That's hilarious. The state of confusion was always, yeah. People never excel and try either. Let's see, what happened to Ray? Ray. Do I need grant? No, you don't need that. Ray. Where'd you go, Ray? Where'd you go, Ray? And Ray, what did you need? Nonprofit. Start a nonprofit, okay? Roy, that's right, Ray. Okay, go over Unlock My Goals on the left-hand side. You're going to see a tab called Unlock My Goals. One of them there is starting a nonprofit, or starting or growing, yeah. I have a Spasmanian memory. Okay, okay, Raymond, you got that? George, are you sure that the URL is correct? It says to me it doesn't exist. Okay, let me go again. I screw up a lot of times, so I expect it. Tiny, TINY, URL.com/Let'sGo500. Okay, that one worked. TINY, URL.com/Let'sGo500. Okay, now the other one is Tiny, TINY, URL.com/25 grant, GRANT, opportunity. That's probably too many letters, too many ways for me to make a mistake. Anyway, grant, OPPORTUNITIES, okay? Yeah, that worked for me too, okay? So maybe try another, maybe if you're just doing it on your phone, sometimes these things don't work because they're big file. Tiny, URL.com/25 grant opportunity. IES, okay, got that. But also, so once you're a member and giving us $20, you apply for our grants too. We have 4 grants every month. We give out $50,000 to $60,000. So make sure you apply there. But the people on for $1 for 5 days, you're not eligible for that yet. But if you stay, you do. Ask for help and be kind. Yes, be kind. Be kind. Are you sure that URL is correct? Did you try that again? right? I passed my 5-day trial, so I should switch over. We probably switched you already. Uh, 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 if you don't cancel, then you're on the $20 a month, and so you have $20 from the month you turned over to $20, and you could start applying to everyone, and keep applying until you win them. Okay, but more importantly, ask where to get help from the government and nonprofit organizations. They're the ones that are giving out lots. They're giving out $4 to $5 trillion in personal grants to people. And this is how the government shows they love you. And if you get the wrong office, you won't feel that. Minimum paid credit card, too much debt. What do you think, Matthew? Making minimum? Well, here's what you do. If you're worried about if you're making minimum payment, yeah, you should make minimum payment. You got to get somebody to help you for free. Here's where to go to get somebody to help you for free. First of all, download this free report because it shows you all the free help in your state. So you want to go to tiny, Tiny URL, that's one word, tinyurl.com/Lesko, Lesko 500. Lesko, Lesko 500. And in there will be, at the beginning of your state, there'll be free financial counselors to talk to go over your situation, how to get out of this debt, okay? And if you don't do that, you could also go to hud.gov, and then /counseling, hud.gov/counseling. You go there, the 25 grants had 2 letters to grants, GRANTS. Okay. Okay, good. So hud.gov/counseling, and you'll see a map of the United States. Click on your state and start making appointments. tinyurl.com. Layla, tinyurl.com/500. tinyurl.com/500. You want to $500? I mean, this is a Bible that I think the government should be doing this. See, I don't think I should be doing that. The government should be doing it. I believe that the government should send something like this out to everybody when they get a tax form. So this is what your taxes are paying. So we send all the tax money back to people, but nobody knows that. And so they never bother paying, and then they try it, and it's too complicated. They go to Google. That's why you got to get out of Google. Download this report, tinyurl.com, tinyurl.com/Lesko, Lesko, and then 500, Lesko 500. And that's your Bible. So you don't have to give us money at all. Use that and start getting on the telephone and asking people for help. That's all it is. There's no magic to this. It's just you knowing how to use the phone. To tell you the truth, the phone's better than the internet because you have to be real to people for the help you. People want to help each other. That's what we're all here to do, to love each other and be helpful to each other, right? We don't think of that sometimes, particularly in a capitalist society. Sort of knocks us out. But it's there. Capitalism is good. It works for a lot of reasons, yeah. But it doesn't work for everything. And that's why you can't help each other with capitalism. I mean, do you want the firemen before they put out the fire in your house to ask for your credit card first? No. We decide as a community we do that for free, yeah. So if you want to be protected by the Army, you want to protect them, then we got to get your money. Oh, you did. You gave them taxes, and then we get the Army to protect us, yeah. So those kinds of things, or schooling, or the roads, yeah. You ask for help, and yeah, okay. How do you contact people about grants without asking for a grant? Just say you need help, Rob. When you contact the government office for anything, don't say I'm looking for a grant. I'm looking for help. I need help paying my bills. I need help getting health care. I need help fixing up my house. I need help starting a business. That's all. It's simple. Just be natural and act human. They want to help human. It's easier to help you if you're human than if you're trying to be something you're not and pretend you know what you're doing. You don't. And none of us do, just that the know-it-alls want to pretend they know what they're doing, and they really don't either. But they know how to fake it better than we do. So that's how they get ahead. But you don't have to do that. You need help. And people want to help you. But you have to give them an opportunity to help you. And the only way you do that is by talking to them so they know that you are a human and just not ripping them off for some reason. I mean, just think if you had a job giving out $10,000 to people all day long. Wow, that's a hell of a job, isn't it? Wow, isn't that neat? Well, people do that, and they get paid good money to do that. And the problem is now, Trump, what he's doing is not cutting out the money available, but cutting out the people who help you get the money. So that's why it's going to be a little harder, okay? So that's what's going to, but it's still there. And so it's another roadblock, but all of life is that way. All of life is all about roadblocks. And if you're not used, if you don't want to learn how to do that, then you're not going to do much. You have to know how to get over bumps in the road because life is full of that no matter what you do. A perfect life is still going to have bumps, roadblocks, and all kinds of shit that's going to happen to you. If you're human in this country, then bad shit is going to happen to you, and life won't be easy. That's why we have 15,000 people that help each other do this. So our membership now is 15,000. They're all paying money to help each other. And that's why I feel, boy, this can grow without me. I thought I had to help everybody myself, but I don't. People learn how to do it, and they show other people how to do it. And I think they're better at telling somebody how to do it than me. Because you look at me and you say, oh, I can't, look at that guy. He probably used a gun, I don't know. But I can't be like him. No, you can't. But you can be like you. And you is the best thing you have. If you try to be you, but trying to be someone else, you're not going to do that as well as you. People want to help you, who you are, not who you're pretending to be. This is Cindy. Where do I go for that? Where do you go for that? Okay. Download that. See the link? url.com, tinyurl.com/25 opportunities. And the other one is tinyurl.com/letsgo500. So both of those are giving away the store. That's what we do here. We give away the store. So everybody knows it. Send goat. Yeah, I remember all the new time thing. Like, I love your fit is another thing I get. And you're like a goat. I'm a goat? That doesn't sound nice. And all the words now they have for the way I dress. You're fit, fly. And that's another one. Fly, they said you're fly. So I'm not hip enough to know what those mean. And I don't know what they mean. But goat was the one that got me for a while. Pamela, are these free resources to get an attorney to fight for erroneous traffic? Yes. Go to findhelp.org. Okay, put in your zip code, and then put in legal. Okay, see, findhelp.org. Anybody there means everybody there gives you free legal help. Nobody will ever charge you for money. So you're looking for help. I guess that's a civil. I don't understand the laws, but call a few people there in that list. They'll point you to the right one. You call the stupid ones, and that's okay. That means you're like, yeah. No, I finally got that in. And I know it's nice. Yeah, and it's so funny when I started dressing like this. I mean, I thought, oh God, I have to defend my honor every day. Guys in this culture love to make fun of other guys for any reason. So I'm a target. But no, it hasn't worked that way at all. People just smile at me. Even the biggest macho guys will smile. It's the greatest of all time. Nice. Do you recommend what, Raymond? What were we after before? Raymond, what do you? Uh, let's see, where was I? I got a text from my marketing companion that something's not working in Denmark here, and we have to fix that. So he just had a quick question I wanted to get off. Okay, a grant writer. Oh, no, you don't need a grant writer, Raymond. No, Rayfield, no, just forget it. You go look for the application to fill out, and you'll see 9 times out of 10, you won't need a grant writer. And then when you do, then I'll help you find one for that. Actually, the people who give you the grants will help you write them out too. So for this kind of stuff, unless you're a big organization looking for millions of dollars, you're very unlikely that you'll need a grant writer. You look so dope. Oh, that's another one, dope. You look really nice. Nice. Okay. What else? Anybody else have any questions? Questions. Actually, today I'm going down and protest a little. This guy's a little too mean for me. He's making enemies out of our friends and making friends out of our enemies. And plus, the way you treat people in the government, just firing them. I mean, tens of thousands of dollars. I know people in the building here just been working in organizations for 20, 30 years and building knowledge about the situation and everything, just fired overnight. Incredible. I don't know if we want America to be that way, so I'm gonna put my voice in there. Yes, he's extremely a narcissist. Maybe he'll get something done right. No, we do not. Yeah, just too mean. I mean, boy, life's too hard without somebody making it meaner on purpose. You're gonna get shit on for doing nothing. You know, and why do we have to pay somebody, to give us more of that? I need a grant writer to help me write a request for a grant, implement new system for a building. And what does that mean, George? You have a new idea and want to look for, like in the building trades or some astounding American complaint? Yeah. What does that mean? Hardship assistance. George, is hardship? Yes. Every government program has a hardship thing. Like IRS does. If you can't pay your IRS, go to their hardship place, and they have that. You can't pay back a government loan. They have a hardship case. Go to that. Yeah. No, it's not like Wall Street or your bank and things like that. There's no hardship. You owe us the fucking money, buddy. What are you speaking about? Got in late. Who's the meanie? Who do you think? He's down on Pennsylvania Avenue. I'm compelled to get involved as well. Oh, you have to listen to your heart. How do I get involved in local government? If you go, I guess it depends. I mean, there's so many ways. First of all, go to findhelp.org. And that's all the nonprofit organizations. So you could find maybe groups like if you're interested in children and children have a better life. Well, you could find nonprofit organizations that help children have a better life and work with them and really help people on the ground versus even doing the political dance. You could use the real dance. That's why I like this work. I feel I'm helping people maybe I could go down and yell at people so we get the right elected officials. But another thing to do is helping one-on-one if somebody really needs it. Do you have anything for car insurance or reduction? Yes, there's emergency help, Joseph, and some of Find Help, some of them have car insurance help too, automobile insurance, because that's such an important part of our life now. I don't know, Charity suggested that. Let's look at Find Help and see. Oh no, Find Help. Findhelp.org. I'm gonna put in my zip code. Car insurance. And another thing you do, because this is an emergency, if you can't have car insurance, you don't have a car to get anywhere. So another point you do is go to findhelp.org, and I'm putting in car, oh, there's 50, 50 organizations that help in my zip code with car insurance. So you got something there to start with, okay? And then also you want to search under financial emergency also. Okay? Because you got an emergency, man. If you don't pay that car insurance, you can't get on the road, you can't earn a living, you can't help your family or whatever. So there may be help there. See, this is where you find the people who are loving, and that's 40% are people like there are in Find Help. Government offices and nonprofit organizations are people that are trying to show love to other people. Okay? Do you have a car insurance and reduction? Yeah, I saw the steps to get funding, but just to clarify, do I need to schedule a meeting with a consultant to get help for free funding? That's always best to do that, Daniel. And I think, I don't know if it's going, if it's your, it's always best to do that, because you can't, no matter how well they write those things of what you need, now you got to talk to somebody. You're going to save yourself a lot of headaches. You're going to have a lot of applications that went nowhere. So you talk to somebody, make an appointment with the experts in that area, whether it's housing or your debt or business, and all the numbers are there to talk to somebody and ask them, here's what I want to do. I need your help. What do you think about reverse? I think FOA has cheated me. Well, get a counselor, Delilah. If you go to HUD.gov, they have reverse mortgage counselors. Don't try to figure it out yourself. And always talk more than one. See, because everybody has a biased opinion, so you want to get two biased opinions, okay? No, I don't mind paying for help. Well, nobody here pays you, and it's better. I started the building, but I ran out of money, and no financial entity will do any construction loans for one industrial building. So you, okay. Well, then, George, what you want to do is go to these people. Did I give you that listing? Are you in Tennessee, George? Did you say reverse? No. For reverse mortgage, you go to HUD.gov/counseling. Okay, make an appointment with a local counselor. Okay, now for your building. Who is the building? Question from back there. Okay, Danielle, yeah. Talk to people about this. George, financial, any construction loans. Okay, George, and what's your zip code, George, where you live? Okay, you're Arizona. Okay, it's gonna make a bunch of phone calls. And okay, Uh, I would go first to, uh, okay, go to that website and put in your zip code, and they'll show you local office, make an appointment to talk to them. Okay, now, if that doesn't work well enough for you, because it's, you know, it's all, everybody's supposed to be good and everything, but a lot of people ain't, so you gotta plan for plan B. Nothing, you can't count on anything, and even while you're waiting for plan A to start, you also start on plan B, to make sure you get that road down. Okay, so here, nonprofit organizations help to start expanding business in Arizona, include websites. Okay, I'm getting a list for you from ChatGPT, okay? See, I like the SBA's better because they're really locals, smaller nonprofit organizations, yeah. A lot of these are bigger ones. Okay, well, go through this list and call a few and ask them for, if they can't help you, where else you could get help, you know, to have them point you to some of the best, because maybe you don't have time. A microcredit initiative, that's interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of, and they're all nonprofit. See, they're not there to gouge you like a company is. Wow, it's still going. See, a lot of people want you to do this because you create commerce, you create jobs. This is what Trump is talking about. He wants to create more jobs and make stuff here, but we should make the good stuff. We should make T-shirts. You know, that's what Trump. I mean, China makes T-shirts. Who wants to make T-shirts? My father used to do that. He had a factory back in the 50s and 60s in Pennsylvania, and they ate his lunch all over the world, doing it cheaper. So you have to do something about tomorrow, not learn how to do something from yesterday. The world changes with or without you. Okay, let me send you this for Arizona. Oh no, nothing wrong with T-shirts, but if you're going to sell to the world, there's no way we're going to compete with somebody who could do it a fraction. I mean, I buy stuff on Temu. God, it's amazing. I mean, it's like $10, you know, for something that cost me $100 here. It's crazy. You have to do something else. Like, I think the last administration was starting chip manufacturing and battery factories and things like that, things that made things that we need and that can be competitive with. Rob, I already talked to the SCORE volunteer in Maryland. She didn't have a ton of info for me. She told me that no one's giving money to help you make money. I don't think she's right, but she claimed that the Trump administration took away available grants. Some of them, yes, but there's more than that, Rob. But I talked to her some more. She started to understand my perspective. She said grants are only for people in need, I suppose because I'm not a minority. That's not true at all, Rob. I mean, that's true some places. See, some are for that way, but there's so many places for starting a, you know, And SCORE, they're old school. You want to get new school people, nothing wrong with t-shirts, right? No, you can make money at it, but I don't know how you can. And the fabric and everything comes from overseas. They can't do it. They do it a lot different. So what kind of business you want to start, okay? What I would do, Rob, you have to be clever about that. There's too many other places to go. In other words, you get money for a business to train, you know, for what you want to do. You could get money. What kind of business you want to start, Rob? Appliance repair. Well, you don't even. Why do you need money for that? Need a van. So you need a vehicle to get somewhere. And tools. Okay, so you have no vehicle now for tools? It's a cheap pickup truck. Well, that's a truck. I mean, that's not gonna stop you. Of course, everything is better, but to me, what I would do if it's gonna, I would just find more customers. I mean, even with a truck. I mean, if you want to spend the time to do it, but that's not gonna stop you. It is having, you're not in business till you have customers, right? So you just start customers and bootstrapping it, you know, and get help finding customers, not helping finding money for a new van if you have something that could get you there to fix it. You know, that's all you have to do. Even if you took an Uber. So you load your thing in an Uber and come back. The whole thing is, so maybe that costs you $300 or $200 or $100 for a ride, but you don't have to find $50,000 to buy a truck, you know, and you're creating money. So I started 3 businesses with no funding that were immediately successful. I'm just going to be happy for free grants. Yes, but then you have to talk to more people than the SCORE people, and that's why the people. You're in Maryland, is that right, Rob? Okay. And a lot of local grants, they come and go quickly. Let me see. I say, give me a list of nonprofit organizations, small business development centers. Yes, Maryland nonprofits. Business volunteer, Maryland Center, Advanced Innovation. Yeah, see that. Okay, let me see. But give me a list of nonprofit organizations help start one business center. Yeah, here's some better ones. I forgot to include the websites. I think I'll start it. Okay, here's a better listing of nonprofits here. Who is that in Maryland? I think that was somebody extremely difficult, but okay, too much. I started 3 business. Rob, is that you in Maryland? Check in with these offices too. But thanks for the feedback. Yeah. No, it's like, yeah, it's looking under rocks is what you have to do. Give it a shot, Rob. Definitely. That's it, yes. Yeah, see, they're all strange places it comes from. And so you have to follow it up and see if there's there, and then ask them. See, anyone you ask for, like even the person at the whatever, the SBA thing, ask them for other sources, possibilities. I'm starting a pilot that one. Will you come on? Sure. Sure, Pamela. What's it on? I'm trying various AI programming software now. I have this. Yeah, what I like, goal is to show and help see. That's good for you. Pod Match, P-O-D Match. I mean, it's like for $6 a month, you get everything. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and I've done like 100 interviews on Podmatch. Here it is, Pamela. Podmatch is a platform for people who want to be on podcasts or people want to do their own podcast. Okay. It's a great way to market, because if you have a business now, in other words, like, who was it? Ray or Rob, Home Repair. Just think if he did a podcast on how to repair home appliances, right? Hey, if this happens, you do that. And people want to know that. I don't remember that. There were 2 guys on NPR radio, Click and Clack, the Tappet brothers. They had a podcast on fixing cars. It was funny as hell. But you learn stuff. And see, for $6 a month, you're now an expert because you have a podcast on this topic. Yeah. And what could be better than that? So you're not just somebody. I've done YouTubing. It's very hard to get ahead. Or no. Yes, it is, no matter what you do. No matter what you do, and it's all you, and you don't know what's going to work. I mean, I fight that monster every day, and you just keep trying new stuff, and you get lucky once in a while, but you don't get lucky until you tried a whole shitload of things. And that's how you get lucky, new or not new. you just think, oh, what's that? Nobody can tell you exactly what to do. You have to follow your heart, because if your heart's not in it, you're not going to do it. You know, and your heart has to be in it because it's hard. It's sort of like a relationship with a person. You know, if your love isn't there, you're going to get pissed off very easily and walk out. But if your heart's in it, you want to be there no matter what. You'll figure it out. That's why your heart has to be in it. Okay, guys. Okay, I'm gonna go. Goodbye, Joe. Thanks for being here. Okay, the two websites, the free ones. Okay, if you want to join Let's Go Help, it's letsgohelp.com. At letsgohelp.com. If you want the free downloads, it's tinyurl.com, then / Let's Go 500. That's the best one. That's every state. It shows you 500 grants for every state. It's just the mother lode of everything. It's the Bible that every household should have for how to get money to do anything. And then the other one is tinyurl.com / 25 great opportunities. 25 great opportunities, okay? How do I get a copy of this in yesterday's session? It'll be there in Let's Go Live. So you search over there, Let's Go Live, okay? This one takes a while to, digest so that it could go somewhere. So bear with us, may take a while to get, but I'll go now to make sure yesterday's is over there, okay? Thank you, Delilah. Thank you, Delilah. Take a look at Let's Go Omega Come From. Okay, I'm gonna do that. George, that looks good. I would go to your energy office, start looking for help. At your state energy office. Call your congressman too. Have them point you to places for money for that. Okay, guys. Talk to you soon.